Many times I see a kind of a Krishna, a mentor in front of me, because every life, every story, every person is like a book. Bhagwan says that the two most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why.
I used to remind myself with this phrase: guilt is an useless emotion. Unless I take some action about it, just feeling guilty is not going to help me at all.
Woman entrepreneur itself is a bit challenging journey.
I didn't have the right kind of support to belong to. I felt I was actually thrown into a deep water with no support.
I think this constant learning process is the guarantee where we can survive in this uncertain world, in this uncertain dynamic life. The only strength is that we should be learning always. Hi, welcome to the V Show, Vikrant's Intellectual Entertainment. This is 2.0, and today I have an amazing guest with me, Priya. Priya is an example, an epitome of two great things. One, a woman warrior who has initiated something to bring a great change in the world. And second, she is in the similar profession. So, like I'm into training, coaching, and mentoring, Priya is also into life coaching. And apart from that, she's doing a lot of amazing stuff. So at the outset, I welcome all of you, those who are watching this. I really thank all of you. And most importantly, thank you, Priya. Welcome to this show.
Hi, Vikrant. Thank you so much. I have immense gratitude because this being my official first podcast, I'm super excited for it. So, thank you so much for having me. And I remember the day I met you, right? In that particular event, if I had to think about one person that I really, felt inspired and I want to connect with, I would say it was you. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I can't wait for, for us to get this kick started.
Super, amazing. Thanks a lot. And I don't think that this should be the best way to start a show where you have reminded me about our first meeting that was on the TEDx platform. So really glad to see that I'm interacting with my kind of a colleague of TEDx show. So that was really an amazing experience, and I'm sure that today. Having a one-on-one conversation with you will be a fabulous, superb, and it will be a brilliant experience for all of us. So let's start. I'm super excited to start. How about you?
Oh, me too, Vikrant. Finally, it's happening, and I'm even more excited. Let's get this
Fantastic.
started.
Super. So, Priya, I'll be just asking you a couple of questions just to understand what is your business about, how's your professional journey, why you are here, what exactly you are trying to do, what are your challenges. And apart from that, in the process, if you feel that there are some more thoughts, some more ideas which you want to add, I would be really glad to, learn from those thoughts. So let's start.
Absolutely. Yes, let's
Okay.
go ahead.
Amazing. So, Priya, my first question to you is I want you to throw some light and share about your profession. How's your professional journey? What exactly you are doing right now? And what is your overall experience about your profession?
Right. So I help ambitious professionals, leaders, and help them to lead, speak, and connect like a CEO, with absolute clarity and courage, so they can, fast track their promotions, amplify their impact, and to design lives that truly feel fulfilling for them,
Hmm.
you know. And my mission is very simple. It is so simple and straightforward that my mission is to empower over 10 million professionals to become unstoppable leaders who do what they love, and to create a ripple of confident, compassionate influence in the world. And because I believe in influence is something, it's not about the power, it's about presence. And through my signature executive influence mastery framework, I blend the mindset programming, reprogramming, and emotional mastery and strategic visibility, enabling my clients to experience, up to 5x greater influence and 2x faster career growth, all while feeling fulfilled and grounded at home and at work.
Super. That's really great. In fact, I got really inspired to see the vision, the mission that you want to inspire and empower almost 10 million lives. That's really a great target, I must say. Because in my training and coaching journey, I have come across with thousands of people. I have observed that there are a lot of people who don't have an aim, who don't have any goal, and who, because of that, small little problems of their lives, they get somehow they get stuck in those problems. But I always feel that those who have aims, those who have goals, they don't get bogged down, they don't get those setbacks because of the small issues, because their focus is on their aim, their entire concentration is on their goal. So you are one of the example that's really great to know, and I really feel that you're doing an amazing job. Super, Priya, super.
Oh, thank you, Vikrant. Thank you.
So Priya, my next question is why you have chosen to be in this field of coaching or making difference in people's lives. Why?
Honestly, I never thought I would actually become one. You know, I never even dreamt of, doing something on my own. I never thought of it. I was actually going through a phase where I was not taking full ownership of my life, where instead I was just complaining, cribbing, crying, and feeling so overwhelmed. I didn't know how to handle things by myself, and I didn't have any vision, just probably wanted to be rich. We just want to earn more money and
Yeah.
have a good family and health. That's all I know. When you talked about having clarity, I had absolutely zero intelligence on that 4 years back. And I used to be angry, I didn't know how to handle my own relationships. I don't know how to communicate with people. I just didn't have any of that at all. Then, when I started working on myself during that journey, I understood that the only reason I was still holding back to my IT job was also because of my own comfort zone. The day I realized, okay, it is because, when you're working for someone, you get that month on month salary that's being credited to your bank account. But when you're starting something on your own, especially on a journey like this, where I've never heard anyone doing this, coaching profession, no. And especially life coaching on the kind of impact that I want to make, few years back, I didn't have any role model that I can look up to, the people that I know. So but the awareness was huge for me. The day I realized it is my comfort zone, which that comfy mattress is not letting me step out to doing actually something that I love. That was the reason, that was the day I decided I want to do this. Because when I really worked on myself, I was able to find that I could see the transformation happening in my family.
Mhm.
My family was becoming more happier. It was more livable place to belong to. And that is the moment I decided, oh my God, this is actually so beautiful. And this is exactly what I wanted to do for the people. And coming from our background, by then, I don't think anyone that I know are aware of such service. And I want to be the first person to, take that to bring it on. And that's how, with that mission, it all kickstarted. And when I transform, I just wanted to, help the same. And because it was so magical that I was able to feel it. And that's when the career switch also happened. And especially after my TEDx, right, I clearly understood something, that I really want to help the leaders, because that is when helping ambitious professionals and leaders, became my core purpose. Why? Because they have the authority, they have the power to, create that ripple impact. The exact vision, the mission that I have, for my life could be a purpose or obligation. It then became my obligation to help those people, because they are the ones who's creating the triple of leaders who can lead with clarity, courage, and communication, so others can look up to and they can, be inspired and take actions. And they are being the right role model as well, right? So that's how the journey began.
Wow. So while I was listening to you, I somehow recollect the quote by Mark Twain. Mark Twain says that the two most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. And I have observed that the first one is quite easy. We all are aware about our birth dates. We cut the cake, we celebrate. But the second day, why the hell we are here? What is our purpose? What is our aim? Why the hell God has, somehow we are landed up. I don't know, you might have seen this Bollywood movie by the name of PK. So in that movie, he says, कि इस गोला पे हम आए हैं. So I always say, कि क्यों आए हैं? What is the purpose? And there are very few people like you who have really given a thought, who have really invested a kind of energy to identify what is my purpose, what is my goal. And the day you find out, there is a direction, there is a kind of a channelizing of your energies, of your talents, of your entire experience. Everything is in the right direction. So I think that is something amazing. It's really a fabulous one. And while you were sharing, even I was able to relate with my journey when I started. A lot of people ask me why you have decided to become a trainer or a coach or a public speaker. Is it because of your skill of public speaking? That is one part. But most important from my side is life is an accident. Even like you, I was not planned. I started my first venture. It was into health food by the name of Dr. You. Somehow it didn't click as per our expectation. We were three partners. We had investors. We had almost 50 people. We hired, fired people. We had, planned a lot of things, but somehow we were not able to scale. We were not able to take it to the next level. So moving forward, I heard to one of a coach, and then I got inspired. Just like you, even I thought this is an amazing profession where you have your knowledge, you have your story, you have a bit of skills where you can speak well. How about impacting the world? How about sharing or somehow passing on that knowledge or that wisdom? And then even a 1% change in the world, I think that helps a lot. And I'm really amazed to see people like you are doing really a great job impacting the world. So together, I think we all have an onus on our shoulder where we all have to 1% each day a change will make this world a really a better or rather a best place. That's
Absolutely, we can. Yeah,
super.
we can.
So Priya, I'm really enjoying the conversation because there are a lot of things which I'm able to relate, I'm able to resonate, I'm able to connect with you. But let's move forward where I'll be asking you some questions which are more kind of triggering your emotions or maybe a bit of personal. So the question is, while you were choosing this profession and while you were in the process of doing all these things, and I'm sure reaching at this level, you might have faced some challenges, you might have experienced some problems. So it would be really great if you could share those problems, those challenges which you faced working on this profession or working in this field, and how you overcome those challenges.
This is a huge one for me because looking at me, right, people think I am young, and the first challenge was the credibility. Because many people judge based on my age, the appearance of being young, especially in a leadership coaching or any form of a coaching that is targeted to help the the ambitious professionals or the leaders who has got the families to take care, the legacies to pass. They are like, oh, she's too young,
Yeah.
right? And that is one comment I kept hearing, which was, oh my God, wow, so interesting. And especially those time, even I've had a CEO tell me, I had a conversation with one of the CEO, and she told me that, you know what, Priya, people actually trust me because of this, pointing at her wrinkles. And that made me realize, oh my God, yes. they really value the years of experience they have as well. So that became a signal that, okay, I really had to work to get the results, to let the success speak for itself, right? Where I don't have to really pitch in, show me, show them the proof of who I am, this. No, let my results speak. Let me get to that position. So, and I feel, but you know what, Vikrant, though this was on the one side, a challenge that was I was facing, on the other end, the 90 percentage of the clients that I've been working with are about 40, or in their 40s, 50s, and some are very close to 60s as well. Having about 2 to 3 decades of professional experience. So it was interesting, but I realized, okay, it's a great way that how can I let my success, speak for itself? That was one learning. And the second challenge was about how do I really fit into this balancing portion, right? Because building a brand, refining my programs, because currently the program that I am running, I had to really demolish a lot of things, revamp, and come up with something new. And for me to do that, I had to work on my capabilities, my skills. A lot of things was happening. So while this is happening and serving clients, working on my own self, on this journey, when you are just shutting things down, igniting new things, you go into that phase like, okay, should I even do it? It feels so comfortable. All those things you have to personally work on as well, right? Before you pass the energy to someone else to be worked on. So I, I, f- I feel it was time consuming for me, like not instant gratification I could actually expect. And working on my, courses globally from various mentors and coaches where I was working on myself, building my capabilities, things like that with different time zones and being a present mom, it wasn't actually easy. A lot of times I found the guilt actually shake me as well. Am I really doing justice to my family? So many things was actually happening. And sometimes, family took the back seat. I can't really do anything about it, right? Because when I have a huge mission and when I have a huge purpose, I need to find a thin balance of, okay, how do I do things so I feel fulfilled? I am not pressurizing myself because though the guilt is trying to creep in, right? When I feel crappy, I used to remind myself with this phrase: guilt is an useless emotion. Unless I take some action about it, just feeling guilty is not going to help me at all, right? So whenever the cycle would happen, I would just bounce back. You know, okay, this week, what is my priority? Okay, fine. If my work is going to take, the is going to is requiring most of my time, how can I make sure I'm, taking care of my health, my family? Is it in harmony, though I can't balance it out? Am I maximizing my potential in every single areas? Am I giving my enough attention? Right? That is one thing. Because especially in this journey where your partner is in a different profession, you are in a different profession, they don't really understand what you are going through. An entrepreneur, business, when they are a professional working for someone, it is all different environment and setup. But the moment you focus on the alignment, communicating with partner, helping them understand instead of trying to, operate from the mindset, oh, they have to understand by themselves, that I don't have to explain. That's a poor mindset, because we have to explain them, communicate with them with absolute clarity, setting right kind of boundaries, and ensuring that, both my purpose and my family, my health, they all feel fulfilled at the end of the week or month, right? That knowing that, you're doing the best you can with the resources that you have. So this is something that I've been working on, and I'm still, uh, it is going to keep continuing, right? It is not going to stop anywhere.
It's a journey. It's a journey. The
Yes.
best part of this profession is that we have to be a constant learner. We have to be consistently be in the shoes of students. Although we have
Yes.
mentees, we have our clients, we have our students. But in my experience, I have observed that many times I feel when I'm mentoring them, I feel that the mentor is sitting in front of me. My mentees, my clients, my students, many times I see a kind of a Krishna, a mentor in front of me, because every life, every story, every person is like a book. They have their own experiences, they have their own thought process, they have their own journeys. The only difference is some people are good in communicating or expressing themselves, and in some cases people are introvert, where we have to interact with them with the right set of questions. We can deep down to understand, and then we realize that every human is a mentor, where we can learn from everyone. It's up to us whether we are a good mentee, because I feel there might be good mentors in the world. There are very great mentors or teachers in the world, but the question is how many good students we as humans are. And as long as we are students, as long as we are in this process of learning about the spirituality, learning about the relationships, learning about the business, learning about career, profession, and then learning about balancing everything. I think this constant learning process is the guarantee where we can survive in this uncertain world, in this uncertain dynamic life. The only strength is that we should be learning always. Obviously, from the people who teach us directly, indirectly, the situations, sometimes things happen as per our expectation, as per our plans. And most of the time, the things doesn't happen as per our expectations. We have thought something else, and the setbacks, the challenges, the problems. But believe me, those are the great tutors. Those are the great teachers. And I'm sure even you, in your journey, you are following the same kind of a manual or a booklet, which even as a human, I'm trying to learn. So really, really great to know that. And in the process, when we are guiding people, when we are training people, we also evolve as a teacher, as a trainer. And I always believe that because of the kids, we become parents. In the same manner,
Yes.
because of the students, we become teachers. So that's my experience, and I'm sure that even you will be able to resonate with this.
That's true, Vikrant. So you have to be really coachable, right? Not just expecting your coachee or your mentee to be coachable.
Yeah,
You will also have to be coachable, because
yeah,
there are a lot of times that and I'm sure you have even more experience than me, right? Um, when you are a good student, this is one of my mentors said, when you are being a good student, you attract good student,
super.
right? So since then, I'm like, okay, how can I be a best student? So I attract good student. Also, a selfishness is attached to it
Mhm.
for a good reason, right? So
Right,
yeah.
that's true. Amazing. So Priya, moving forward, want to understand. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, like business owners. I also work with a lot of trainers, coaches, and I also work with a lot of authors. In this entire buffet of people, I come across with a lot with very less women in the field of entrepreneurship or training coaching. And when I have interacted with a couple of them recently, I had an interaction with one of a very good entrepreneur, a woman entrepreneur. So I have realized that woman entrepreneur itself is a bit challenging journey compared to, because we men are a bit privileged in terms of, at least in Indian context. So I want to understand from your end, how is your journey being a woman entrepreneur, or what are those challenges which you have to face because you are into this field and you are a woman. So are there any challenges which you would like to share?
Oh, absolutely, Vikrant. Especially for me, the biggest challenge was my loneliness.
Hmm.
I didn't have the right kind of support to belong to.
Hmm.
So okay, yes, I became a coach, I got accredited, done, got my certification, came back, but I felt I was actually thrown into a deep water with no support.
Hmm.
So being in a new country, it also made it even harder for me.
Yeah.
A different culture. Oh my God, what will, people here would go through what sort of a challenge? How can I actually help? Okay, I want to help, but how will I? Do they face different challenge? I don't even know. And I often wonder, how can I really help people from different nationalities,
Mm.
right? When I come from an Indian background, will
Yeah.
I be able to understand when I didn't have much of, the foreigner friendships? I didn't know, right? And then I understood something. It's all, it's the same inner struggle we all face.
Yeah.
It's just that it shows up in a different form,
Mm.
right? And I didn't have a reliable or trustable friends whom I could really go talk to, share about this, any circle to talk about, to seek any sort of a support,
So,
because they're all from different profession. I'm sure they will not be able to help me out on this when they're actually confused. Okay, what is she trying to do? Right? She was an engineer, she was a recruiter. What is she trying to do? When they don't know anything, even when I'm still figuring out how do I land here, I can't really expect the same from them, right?
yeah.
To guide me or to understand me, what I was going through. It didn't come for free for me,
Yeah.
with the resource that I can get access to.
Mm.
But I was able to overcome it by investing in the right coaching, right mentoring,
Mm.
belonging to the right communities and into the right personal development programs.
Mm.
Working when I got my international accreditation, I was given a beautiful, beautiful community, you know, exactly what I had, I would have not even dreamt for to that kind of support, but
Mm.
I was provided one. That was a reference. Oh, what a good support system, what a good community, what a good mentor would actually look like,
Yeah.
you know. And I also love what Tony Robbins' emphasis, be resourceful.
Yeah.
That is where my whole mindset on how I approach things actually shifted.
Mm.
And I also made so many messy moves. Trust me, so many crazy messy moves, like pitching in for my own, pitching my programs to my own close friends and then failing spectacularly. It had happened. And with those failures, it became a priceless lesson.
Yeah.
I was so brave enough to, I'm just wondering, oh my God, how brave of me to even do that to my own friends.
Mm.
But I learned a beautiful, beautiful lesson, which I would have never learned, even if I paid huge amount to someone to learn this.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I was actually constantly struggling between, building relationships with friends. When you meet new person, oh, is this my friend or is this my client, potential client? Who is this person? Who would they be?
Mm.
A typical amateur mindset or, move, I would say.
Mm.
But working with one of my mentor, Benjamin, it really helped me to gain the direction and structure. And now I'm being able to help others what I was once struggling with, and this is making me so much, it makes me feel so happy that I'm able to do what I was struggling with. I'm now learned it, experienced it, and I can give it to my people who is coming to me, right? My mentors taught me one thing, Vikrant. So fail fast, learn faster, and never let your setbacks define you. I never sit back wondering, oh my God, I made a messy move. I shouldn't have done this. I failed at this. That is one good quality I would say, which I really admire. Uh, Thinking about my journey is that I've never sat there wondering, oh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have. I never do that. I
Mm.
learn the mistake. Okay, I did. So what can I do about it? Nothing. The best thing I can do is, okay, next time, understand, learn from this experience, do the best that you can,
Yeah.
right? And exactly that's the same principle I teach to my clients. And though they are so senior in the profession, wherever they are still learning this from me. So things like this makes me feel so happy.
Yeah. So when you said things like this make you happy, even my experience says when I ask myself, what are those things which you get in this profession? Although this profession is more about giving, It is more about giving energy. It is more about giving inspiration. It is more about giving your wisdom. It is more about giving your knowledge. It is more about giving your connections. But as a human, because you are also part of your family, you have your responsibilities. So when I ask myself as an entrepreneur, what is that I'm getting apart from the commercial benefits? I get this answer where I call it the work satisfaction. A lot of people earns a lot in their corporate jobs or in their businesses. A lot of people also get fame, recognition, but there are very few people. I think we are blessed that they can experience this work satisfaction. So at the end of the day, maybe evening 6 p.m., 7 p.m., when you are back to your place, when you are with your family, you somehow feel that I was resourceful today. I did my job well today. And that feeling of work satisfaction, I think words may not be able to, words are not that sufficient to express this feeling. Those who have experienced it, only they can understand. It is like when you do meditation. It is like when you connect with yourself, you can't express in words, no matter how great your vocabulary is. But ultimately, those who have experienced it, it is again like a feeling of getting in love. So the feeling of love, the feeling of meditation, and the feeling of work satisfaction, you just have to experience it. So I think in this field, life coaching or mentoring or kind of helping people, there is this great something which we get, that is called as satisfaction. I'm sure even you have been able to experience this.
Absolutely, Vikrant. I can totally resonate to what you mentioned. Uh, because we know where they have actually come from to
Yeah.
where they are right now and what sort of an impact they are able to make because of, a role that, we played in their lives
Mm.
because of the skill that we possess, right? So it is so magical,
That's
as
my,
you said.
yes. So, Priya, this conversation is so amazing that somehow in my heart I feel that it should keep going on for hours and hours. But then, yes, there are a couple of more questions. So, to conclude this particular show, this particular episode, I would like to move forward, and I want to understand from your end. How do you think, and what in your programs, how do you help the leaders in elevating them or enhancing their personal and professional life? So how do you help leaders?
So there are the three pillars of executive influence that I can help the leaders, ambitious professionals with, helping them first building the calm authority and confident communication and
Mhm.
strategic visibility. Because there are a lot of professionals who are really doing a fabulous job at work, but they're not being, heard, seen, respected. They've just been waiting, but nothing is, fast tracking, nothing is progressing, right? I saw the gap and I really want to help those people. So professionally, what that means is learning to lead with presence, handle office politics with grace, and influence key decisions even without, you possessing that title. Because they all say that, I need to get into this role, I need to become this I need to have this title position, only then I can. But that's not really true, right? So personally, it's all about building emotional resilience. Not just personally, it also helps in their career when they are leading their teams, their stakeholders, right? It's about building emotional resilience, stronger relationships, and work life harmony.
Yeah.
And harmony where you're just maximizing your potential in every single area of your life the best that you can, setting right kind of boundary so they can lead from a place of peace and not pressure,
Yeah.
right? And it's about taking full ownership of their own life, the profession, doing what they love, and ultimately feeling fulfilled and satisfied. So,
Mm.
in short, if you ask me, I help them to be seen, be heard, be visible, to be promoted without losing themselves in the process,
Yeah.
right? So, they are able to, yeah, they're able to operate from a CEO mindset, them being a CEO of their life and their career. And I do this through easy to digest frameworks and action plans, helping them create a real impact without an endless trial and error, I would say. And when I say the word leader, everyone are just wondering, oh my God, I'm not a leader, I'm not a CEO yet, I'm not a CXO. Even a person who is a lead engineer, they are still a leader, right? Because I feel every single individuals, we are all leaders at what we are doing. And we have the power to create that ripple impact of ripple influence of leaders who is again leading, speaking, and connecting, operating from a CEO mindset. You are being a role model for them. You are inspiring them. You are teaching them, not just teaching literally, but you're showing them what a good leadership actually looks like. Because there's one example seen in one of my inner circle that though they did a fabulous job, they were even appreciated for something bigger. This person had a lot of hesitation to even share the win to the team, the upper levels,
Yeah.
because a lot of hesitation, so many things is holding them back
Mm.
because they've never seen anyone doing it before.
Mm.
As in, they keep waiting for someone to acknowledge that. Instead of them being the first person to put their hands up, say that this is what I've achieved.
Mm.
Right? There is, half of the, I don't know if it's the half, there is this one category who is self-promoting themselves, but there is this other category, despite them working hard, them being this capable, them being this, always go-to person,
Mm.
they have not got the recognition that they truly deserve
Correct.
because there's a lot of things that's actually holding them back,
Mm. Mm.
right? So that's where my program comes, helps them so they feel so fulfilled personally and professionally.
That's really brilliant one. Uh, so now we come to the concluding part of this episode, where there are a lot of aspiring entrepreneurs and there are a lot of aspiring trainers and coaches, and then there are a lot of women. There are a lot of students who are girls, so they might be watching this episode maybe on YouTube, maybe in our community channels. So, what is that piece of advice, or what are your lessons which you would like to share with the audience, where they are just about to enter into this field of either the entrepreneurship or women entrepreneurship, or maybe in the field of coaching?
Right. So the first and foremost thing that I will tell them is first build your community early. Don't try to do it all by yourself. Don't be afraid to seek the right kind of support of the community.
Mm.
Because even if you don't have one, just keep exploring, keep connecting. Sometimes it's you who has the responsibility of creating your own community if you don't have one,
Yeah.
right? And eventually you will find what you are actually truly looking for.
Mm.
So once you gain clarity on the purpose of your community, why you really want it, you naturally attract the right people belonging inside the community, right?
True.
Along the way, I also outgrow some communities that no longer, serve my growth. Though I thought they are the best people, best community that I need to belong to, but it didn't serve me at all, you know, and that is okay. That's okay. Let go of the community that is not going to serve you. It's okay. But with experience, um, this is what I have learned that the more you start training your gut,
Mm.
the more it guides us in crucial moments,
Yeah.
you know. But but what we tend to do is we ignore that signals.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't know anything about them. They are such a nice person. They are just, this is the right place I need to belong to. But my advice would be start training, start listening to your gut. There is nothing that you're going to lose.
Mm.
Trust me,
Mm.
right? And the second one is guard your energy.
Okay.
Because when you surround yourself with the people who uplift you, who lift you up,
Mm.
not drain you, it is magical.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you will meet who are extraordinary, who are phenomenal. You may hear them being phenomenal person, but they may not be the right fit for you.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly fine too. It's okay. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's
Yeah.
about the energetic alignment,
Yeah.
right? When you know your mission, your values, and the frequency, the frequency might be different for both of you, and that's absolutely okay too.
Mm.
Because I remember once I really wanted to belong to a certain community, thought they could, that's where I'm going to thrive and come out, shine myself.
Yeah.
Because it looks easy, it looks safe for me, right? It was so familiar. Maybe it was my comfort zone that was speaking to me at that point where I really wanted to belong to. But as I experienced it, I realized that, it is not energetically aligned to me. It may have been the right space for others, but not for me, my growth, not for my values, right? That experience taught me that every misfit moment is actually a redirection toward the right fit, right? It's about embracing those challenges and seeing the possibility on the other side of the tunnel. And the third one is embracing mistakes.
Yeah.
Like how you mentioned earlier, where you keep learning, right? For me, what I would say is it's okay to cry. If you have made a blunder, it's okay. Take your time. At that moment, you can't really be positive, have this growth mindset that, it's okay. You can't be that. Cry if you must.
Mm.
Because when something fails deeply, it's normal to feel disappointed, right? But what you cannot do is just stay stuck in that energy.
Mm.
You must somehow find your strength, bounce back stronger.
Mm.
Every failure, it carries either a lesson or a redirection,
Yeah.
right? Just know that something bigger is actually awaiting for you, and it is just a learning. You just have to learn something from here. Otherwise, you're going to keep on attracting the similar pattern, right? Just say thank you to that rejection and look forward to with excitement what is next for me, right? So something, aligned and extraordinary is actually on its way for me. That is why this is all happening. Start operating from that mindset.
Mm.
And when you start operating from this way, you begin to attract the aligned opportunities. You stop sulking and you return back to the vision, like how you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
right? Where you start leading and creating from that space too.
Yeah.
So, because the entrepreneurship is not about being perfect, it's about you being resourceful enough to rise, to rebuild, and to keep moving forward
Mm.
one step at a time.
Mm. Mm. Wow, that was really. In fact, I thought I should also note down. So immediately
Sure.
after the conclusion of this episode, I'll write down those three lessons because I feel they are also a very good lessons for me to implement. Especially, I love that part where you have to train your guts. That's something I'm really impressed, and I would really implement those things.
No,
So
thank
that's really a great experience, Priya. Uh, I thoroughly enjoyed the way you were interacting, the way you were sharing, and the way you shared your experiences, especially working with the leaders. And I really look forward for reconnecting and staying in touch with you in regards to your journey in understanding people and then coaching them. But then, in regards to this particular episode, this is the conclusion. And before I end this episode, is there anything which maybe I missed as a part of the questions, or anything which you like to add, or anything if you want to share? That's
I think pretty much we covered everything, Vikrant. So I would love to know what is your next future plans with your business, things like that. It would be nice to know. Because for me, at this moment, I'm just working on my systems, having the trustable team members so I can scale, where I can really trust, delegate the work, right? And I'm also looking forward to enroll myself into other programs. So this is what actually happening from my side, so I can give the best, add more value when I just top up more, I can give the better to the people, right? Like how you also mentioned, where we are always in this journey, and I feel it's a never-ending journey. It feels like I'm studying more than I studied in my university school days, and it's actually a good feeling, being that student, just learning, going back. So that feels really good, and there's beautiful missions that I'm also, working on after, the journey to India. I feel there are more obligations for me that, I there are so many causes that I can actually support people, the underprivileged families. There are a lot of peoples who are staying in a place which doesn't have a proper shelter for them to, sometimes we are complaining of being here and things like that. But there are a lot of people who's actually, suffering for a very long time because they didn't have the privilege. So I'm also trying to find the right kind of people, how we can work together to do something phenomenal to such people, to help them build, have their own home, a place that they can belong to. So that is something that I'm really excited to kickstart and to happen in the upcoming days, months, years, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So just to answer your question, and I think that will be a really a great way to conclude this episode. So yes, 2025 has been really a great year, although it's been a decade. I'm working as a first generation entrepreneur in the field of training, coaching, and mentoring. Launched my 4 books recently, couple of months back. I launched the 4th book. But looking forward, yes. So the plans are we are in the expansion mode where everything in regards to funds, in regards to team development, in regards to automation, and in regards to kind of converting this business into more like a autopilot mode. And last but never the least is the diversification. So 2026, I personally don't believe planning more, let's say 5 years, 10 years. I'm more about, working for next 1 year. You need to have a plan and then execute that plan with that energy, with the execution. So 2026 is more about I'm launching my 5th book, which is on scaling the business, growing the business. Because my first book is about how to start the business, second is about how to survive. But in the similar series, I'll be launching the next book, that is how to grow the business and the growth about life as well. So this is the first thing which we are targeting in. Although this is the target of this year end, but it might the book launch might happen in the Jan. That's what is the first thing. Second is we are in the expansion mode. So 2026, I'll be traveling pan India for a lot of offline events where I'll be inspiring people to start their businesses. I'll be guiding people, those who are already in the businesses. And those who are trainers and coaches, I'll be handholding them in regards to enhancing their businesses. Because a lot of trainers and coaches, they come with the right intent of helping people, but somehow they lack the business skills, somehow they lack the marketing skills, or they don't have the resource, the team, the fund. So that is third thing. And fourth is we'll be helping a lot of people to write their own books, because after writing 4 books, rather writing the 5th book, I have the experience which I can, just give forward to the society. So a lot of aspiring authors will be working with a lot of aspiring authors to help them become authors. And apart from that, we are also diversifying. So recently we have started our another vertical, which is into wellness, Ayurvedic, authentic Ayurvedic products. So we are in the MVP stage, we are in the POC stage. That is one thing. And in 2026, we are also investing in a couple of businesses. And apart from me being the main coach or a product of our company, we are also looking forward to onboard people like you who will be working under the umbrella of your Sarthi, that is our company, where there'll be a multiple trainers and coaches. So these are the plans for next year. And apart from this, I also have my NGO by the name of Vilasi Foundation. So, like you said, even we are looking forward to do a lot of social initiatives in the under the foundation. So these are the plans for 2026. And November, December, we are aggressively working on developing our strategy sheet where we will be putting up these plans with our mentors, advice, the validation. And I'm sure 2026 will be the best of the best year for us to execute more things. So that's I think the answer for your question.
Wow, that's so brilliant, Vikrant. Wish you all the very best with all the amazing plans that you've got for the year 2026. It definitely sounds amazing, and I wish all the all the goals that you've mentioned they come true.
Thanks a lot, Priya. Thanks a lot. So that's it, Priya. So we have come to the full stop of this episode. But I always believe that every connection, every relation is never a full stop. It is a comma. So this will keep going on. The learning process, the empowering process, and impacting lives process will keep going on. And together we will keep doing our work. And I'm sure that we'll make this world a better, and the best place. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for giving your time and more importantly, sharing freely. I really enjoyed, and I am hoping that even you had a great time sharing your thoughts.
Uh, I really had a fabulous time, Vikrant, because this is something that I love, right? Just sharing my experience, things like this. So I feel so, the energy comes automatically. So I loved it. Thank you.
Brilliant. So all the people who are watching this, if you like to connect with Priya for her programs, please check the details which has been shared with this video, and feel free for any help. If you wish to connect with Priya, you can contact with my team, and accordingly you can reach out to her. So that's it. I'll end this show, and thanks a lot again. Thanks a lot all the viewers who are watching this, and thanks a lot, Priya. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikrant. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.